Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to another video. Today we're going to get started on the 3.0 MDLX Hot Rodimus. So, am I a hot rod guy? I'm conflicted every day because some days I like hot rods, some days I don't. Rodimus Prime is definitely a better character for me, but Hot Rod as a character I feel quite conflicted since I was a child. But it all depends on which version of Transformers you're watching, if it's US or Japanese, so that does depend. But full disclosure, out of the box, mine had a back tab issue on the right hand side. It is stressed in 2 points to where the back right hand flap are going to have some issues. Like there is no tolerance here as I try to plug it in. You'll notice that, guess what, falls right out. Mine's came like that right out of the box. As I record this video, I have emailed 3.0. They sent it over to me to review. But again, I don't know if it's a me problem or if other people have faced this. It could be just a one-off issue, but I wanted to have the complete transparency with you about that. Now, as we continue on, I gotta say, the figure itself is still really solid, and I can really still do everything. It's just missing one of the flaps here. Uh, does that bother me? No, not really. It's on the backhand side. I would have been horrifically stressed if it happened in the front or one of the side tabs, which are more visible, but that's not the case here. Now, I gotta say, the engineering on this is fantastic, especially for a transformer that does not transform. Now, we talk about this chest. Well, I'm going to talk about this chest area because I think it's magnificent that we still have such an invisible and beautiful ab crunch that goes very far forward and still can allow tilting from side to side. You're going to have to be careful with that tilting as you don't want to damage anything on your side vents. But even these have ball joints so that you can move them out of the way. And I think that's utterly beautiful engineering to keep it from literally hurting itself. Which is why that ball joint being stressed on the back flap is weird to me. So I don't know how that happened. But overall, the look of this is utterly fantastic. This standing here looking like this, it just feels noteworthy. Like this is one of those things because I have the Hasbro Commander class Rodimus and I love that toy. So this one actually does do it for me visually. This is a beautiful piece. I love it all the same. Our head we can move up and can shift down. We can tilt side to side to allow for invoking of emotion. Right, as you can see here. Our arms are on free floating ball joints. Mine are really tight, so I might just give it some shock oil. But as you can see here, we are technically able to hit like an arrow-like pose. I won't call it a T-pose because that's not true. But there are invisible... Oh, wait a second. Oh, all right, so this is actually really cool. So technically we can hit the T-pose with the way these beautiful joints work. I didn't even know it could do that. I was so scared that I didn't know that these can even flap up like that. Look at that. This is utterly beautiful for articulation. We have a forearm swivel as well as a joint that will allow and mimic a would be a bicep swivel, but more like a butterfly joint instead of a bicep. And this is utterly beautiful. Oh wow. So with that, we can actually it's a free floating joint that allows for a double jointed articulation here in the arms. And we have free flowing flaps that move out like vents, this is beautiful. So we have these vents that kind of move outward. These actually invoke a lot more emotion as well. Ooh, this is beautiful. So, yeah, I was scared to touch it because of that flap issue, but looking at this now, this works for me. Our vent flaps here on the side can move up. Let's see about the waist moving. Let's double check. Our waist moves as well, adding another layer of articulation. This is going to please me so much. Our front flaps here have a ball joint movement, right? And we want to make sure it can clear those tolerances. As far as our legs, we have a lifting up. We can get under 90 degrees, and we do have a thigh swivel. As you can hear, it's very tight there. We have a beautiful double joint that will allow us to lift up our leg, go that way. As far as our ankle pivot goes, we have a beautiful outside and inside pivot, backwards and forwards, as well as a similar toe hinge. Yeah, we have a toe hinge. So, yeah, running poses shouldn't be a problem. Let's check out the balance if we were going to do a Transformers run pose or just an overall like comic-like cover design for our movement. And as you can see here, yeah, we hitting the moves. This is beautiful here. In case you're wondering, you can actually remove our wing backpack. It actually comes like this outside of the package, separated, so that way you can plug that in. And yeah, I'm loving the fact that I can create this pose here. Like, this is really, really beautiful. Let's see if it can balance because of all this die cast, right? Yeah, look at that. And now it balanced. This is a beautiful toy to hold in hand. And again, because I'm trying to save on space, the MDLX line really does work for me. It sucks though, because I'm like, I don't think they'll get around to everybody. But if we get enough of Core Team or enough recolors, which are most Hasbro lines, and I'm okay with that, I'm happy. Just give me some jazz. Give me give me jazz. Give me because if you do jazz, that means hopefully I would love a jazz. I would love a Mirage. I would love a Ratchet. I would love those guys. You know what I mean? Even if we like started getting to the obscure after that, I would love that. Even a Devastator. Imagine a cool Devastator that, even though he can't transform, he would look excellent in a robot mode. But as you can see here, articulation-wise, I think we have a really solid sweet spot for the MDLX line, and I am really curious about those Seekers now, because this is a marvel of ingenuity. Posing-wise, I think this is a spectacular toy, especially for somebody like me who sometimes you're like, oh, my transforming Transformers can't hit it. I don't think I'm going to have that problem with the beautiful mechanical design looking beautiful and showing up beautifully in photos on this. So, again, this might be my posing bias, but I think it really does work for this line, and I hope this continues to take off, especially after the home run that was Megatron. So, with that being said, though, let's sit down and talk about our accessories. I'll see you guys. All right, let's talk about our accessories. And this is where it gets really cool. So, we get hands and blaster rifles, but cool enough still, because we know we can't transform. But we will get our open flayed hands. These are like your open action hands, 5 points touching the ground hands. You know, your real Transformer stuff. Then we are going to get a thumbs up hand, which I personally enjoy. You're going to get a pointing hand. Obviously, if you're the commander of the Autobots, you got to have a prime pointing hand. Always a plus, right? You are going to get 2 rifle holding hands. These are going to be action, your sword hands, your rifle holding hands. You are going to get the hands for holding the Matrix. Now, one of mine fell somewhere, but you'll actually get 2 of these. I have to double back and find that other one. Oh, here it is. It fell off to the side. So, you will also get the Matrix holding hands. Now, unfortunately, the Matrix comes with Prime, so try not to miss out on that. Try not to grab your Prime. Last but not least, for hands, you'll actually get a Prime handshake hand. Now, in the box, this will come as one piece, but they made sure that you can separate the 2, should you want it to, and you can just slide them back in, and they will grip each other just fine. You got to make sure you find the right tab. Oh, there it is. So they can hold each other just fine. Right? Next up, for our weapons, you will get a blaster rifle. Our blaster rifle is nice. Like, it's like that premium gunmetal paint. No black washing, anything like that. It's one of those clean, like, keep it pristine when I transform sort of thing. I don't know why that weirdly rhymed. And then you will get your photon rifle. Is it blaster photon? I can't remember. There's a blaster rifle and a laser blaster, and I always get those mixed up. But this will have 2 components to it. One, because what you do is you plug this in to have the long rifle type, or if you want to combine it to be the photon eliminator one, and these tabs are strong. Oof. Right? You actually can plug it in to have the combined weapon and really, you know, have some long range distance for destroying your opponents. So yeah, you have that. And that covers our accessories. Now, with that being said, we're going to do some size comparisons. Oh yeah. So I'll see you guys in a sec as we compare to other MDLX as well as with other Transformers in the Hasbro universe of scales. Alright, let's jump into the size comparison. First things first, I do want to compare him to his Hasbro counterpart. And I think it's really fun that you can do this because now we're getting more multiples of different things. And I like that. I like where we're standing with this. So here we are with our Commander class Rodimus Prime. Right? And as you can see, we have a bot that pretty much is the Transformers version. Oh, sorry. You know what I mean, goddammit. We have the transformable version of it, and it's not the more sleek mechanical design we have here, but it is pretty cool that we can put the two together. And I do believe that he can hold the sword here. I'm pretty sure you could just tab it, like slide it in through the port. But I do like that this guy has like these extra parts here, up here, stylized vents. You don't get the vents here because again, you have to do that transforming part. So I do like the differences between the two. With that being said, though, let's talk about some MDLXs to compare to. Right here we are, Optimus Prime, Prime for a Prime, baby. There we go. These guys are looking good, looking solid next to each other. Then we have Megatron, right? So this makes me very excited for the Seekers. Then we have Cliff Jumper. As you can see, Cliff Jumper is tiny. If we slide over a Prime, slide Cliff in, you can see, again, just how tiny he is and how crazy this is because this is a good look right now. We're like, what, 4 or 5 in. We also have Bumblebee. Oh, it's Bumblebee and Nemesis. Those are recolors. But we're pretty much 6 figures into the line, and I feel like we're in a really good spot. I can't wait for more to come. But if you are curious about what other Transformers look like with it, can you pair them up? I think it works. It's obviously not as sharp design-wise, but I think they'll look good. Here we are with Galvatron. I would love for an MDLX Galvatron. I think that's really dope. Then we got my main man Grimlock, right? So we see how Grimlock is. And I feel like this is a really good team-up photo waiting to happen, right? As we take these two away, one more that I do want to put is, let's actually 2 more. If we want to talk about deluxe classes, here is a deluxe class Wrecker, right? As you can see, tiny, but still looks really solid. And last but not least, I want to do a Jetfire. I feel like he is an excellent choice to use here with Rodimus. Obviously, clearly he is a very big boy, but it's one of those things where I feel like this works really well here. It does. So yeah, it's one of those things that's truly enjoyable. But as far as a really cool, posable, non-transforming robot, I'm 100% here for the MDLX line. It's beautiful to photograph, beautiful engineering. And again, it sucks that I had that back fin messed up, but I'm hoping that 3.0 can replace that back fin for me. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. If not, it's nothing clearly there's something I can do about it, but you know what I mean. It's no sweat off my back. But with that being said, thank you for watching. Thank you for enjoying. And as always, please be good, do good, drink your water. Later.